everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Welcome one and all to a very special rapid fire edition of In Focus Friday, the show where we take a good close look at cool things made of silver or gold. This week we've got 5 very cool coins that have come out from the group order unboxing we did earlier in the week. And these 5 represent some of my favourites from the batch. I mean, there's so many to choose from, and I have no doubt that we'll be doing a few episodes of In Focus Friday in advance with some of these other coins that we've got in this order. So if you wanted no better reason to subscribe than that, then hit that subscribe button for future videos. But today we've got 5 coins to crack on with, so we will go through them all, and I'll try my best to give you as much information on each one as I can, but we are of course limited by time today in today's video because we've got 5 coins to get through. So without further ado, let's get started. This is arguably my favourite of the bunch, and it's the Chronos proof-like silver coin. Now it's interesting, this is actually a coin now rather than a round. So the Chronos rounds have been around since 2015, and they were made by the Pressburg Mint, which is I think a Slovakian based mint, and they were arguably incredibly pretty and beautiful, and in fact they have garnered pretty much a huge following, and it's finally now here that we have them in actual coin form. So we've got here $5, it's a $5 denominated coin, and it's, as you can see, New Zealand on the back there. So that is very, very cool indeed, and it's very, very pretty. Now I can't find mintage numbers on the proof-like Chronos coin, or in fact the regular one. So if anybody does know what the mintage is on these, then please let me know. But you can really see the shiny proof-like finish. It's a pig to film with because it's very reflective. You can see my camera there in the background. But it's an absolutely stunning piece, and I really do think it's very attractive looking indeed. Of course, the motif on it is very relevant to stacking and prepping, us being only 5 minutes to midnight on the doomsday clock. You know, it's just very, very aesthetically pleasing in many different ways. The reverse here has got this kind of almost like timeless infinity symbol that's almost been cut off a little bit with that, you know, the size of the coin. Obviously it's a coin now, so it's got the Queen on it. That's not necessarily going to go in everybody's favour. Personally, I have absolutely no issues with that, but hey ho, that's the life that some people lead. But otherwise, I think it's a really cool thing. Struck in 999 silver, of course, 1 ounce troy. Really very cool. Tokelau, as you can see there, 2019. Love the little border, and there's these little tiny flecks that are all around that border, which look really very cool indeed. So anyway, that is the Chronos. That's all the time we've got for it, no pun intended. It's a very cool piece. One last time getting in focus. There we go. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Next up, we have the Ukrainian Archangel Michael. Now, I've seen different ones of these over the last couple of years from various different group order unboxings, and they've always been very aesthetically pleasing, but they are very premium coins, and at the moment these are being sold for about €28.50 on the European Mint website. So it's one of those things that's, you know, they are very pretty, there's no doubting it. There is the Archangel Michael right there, and he does look very good. The design is great. I love the matte finish of it. Of course, it's a Ukrainian-based coin, so you know, there's all of these Ukrainian letterings and Russian lettering, style letterings that I don't read or know, and that's an issue for me. I think if I was to collect it, if it's something that's relevant to me in my life, then perhaps this would be something to look into, but for me it's not. But there is no doubting that it is very aesthetically pleasing, and I do like the look of it. And of course the Archangel Michael himself is meant to be the honoured protector of the Ukrainian capital, so it has a lot of meaning for Ukrainian citizens, I have no doubt. So that is definitely something to look at, and I think it's very pretty. But let me know your thoughts on that one down in the comment section. I do love a matte finish on a coin, I have to say. It's really attractive. And I think that, I mean, I've got this right here actually, so I was filming with it the other day. You can see the difference between a matte finish and a shiny finish on sort of the details of various coins, and I think you can definitely tell that the detail stands out more on a matte finish coin than it does on a shiny sort of finished coin. So yeah, that is the Archangel Michael. Next up, we're going still to kind of the Russian themed or Eastern European themed coins, and this is the Russian 3 rubles, 1 ounce silver St. George the Victorious. So it's another kind of play on that kind of, I guess, almost Arthurian legend of St. George slaying the dragon. So it's really interesting to see that there is that different kind of, I guess, cultural you know, thing that spans across all of the different countries around Europe sometimes. And you've got St. George there killing the dragon, but he's very much looking like a Russian rather than a traditional sort of English style that we see on the sovereigns. And of course on the other side we've got the kind of Russian or Germanic almost sort of double-headed eagle there, and that's quite interesting too. Again with these, I don't really know too much about them in terms of mintages and things like that. I know that the design of these has changed year on year. It's fairly simple design. I mean, it's quite refreshing actually to see a coin that's just focusing on the just the St. George. There's no kind of frilly edges. There's no text around the edges on this side of it. So that is definitely interesting and a different take on these type of coins. But yeah, I mean, it's different, definitely. It's a premium coin if you are looking to purchase them, which is obviously always something to factor in. I'm not really too keen on them, but I am going to say that it's quite fun and different, and that's why it caught my eye. Next up, we have a pair of coins that have come as part of these group orders. Let's start with the elephant, because the lion is of course the king of the jungle. Although lions don't tend to live in jungles, so that's a little bit of an oxymoron. But anyway, here we have some of the big 5 coins from the South African Mint. So this is the elephant. This is how they're presented. Now these are premium coins. They're around the €30 mark, I think they are, or €40 mark, I beg your pardon, from the European Mint. These are very, very pretty, I have to say. Like the design, the aesthetics of that elephant is incredible. The amount of detail that's gone into it, every wrinkle on that elephant is fantastic. It does look good, and it's a really nice presentation in this kind of cardboard flip that we've got here. And if we can get it to focus, there we go. I'm not going to read it all, but you can have a read at your leisure. Elephant 2019, 1 troy ounce fine silver, 5 rand. Rand, of course, being the currency of South Africa. There's the other side of the coin itself. Let's see if we can get it to actually... Can't quite get the angle right with my tripod, but there it is there with some elephants. You've got 2 elephants on the back there, side by side, and of course 5 rand, 1 ounce, 999 fine silver. And there we go. Here's some explanation on the series. So the fine silver big 5 series, introduced for the first time in 2019. Reverse of the coin features 2 halves of an elephant portrait, so that when the 2 coins are placed next to each other, a complete close-up portrait of an elephant is seen. Now that's pretty clever. So if you've got 2 of them, you can put them side by side and you get a portrait of the elephant. I like that idea. It does incentivize you to buy 2, though, I have to say. So interesting stuff coming out from the South African Mint. And there you can see some of the other releases that are coming out. This is the rest of the big 5, of course, the elephant being number 1. The lion, August 2019. Then we've got the rhino, the leopard, and of course the buffalo. That's it. I had a momentary blank in my mind. So that's very, very cool. I do like that. I like the presentation of those. Here's the lion to round us out. This is, of course, the king of the jungle. Look at that. That is a very regal looking lion. I really am impressed actually with the amount of detail that's coming out from these coins from the South African Mint. The South African Mint is not necessarily known as one of the kind of biggest mints out there in the world for producing coins which collectors will run out and jump on and get. Of course, we've got the Krugerrands coming out from the South African Mint. The silver ones have been very popular in recent times, but they don't necessarily have that many kind of really premium coins. And this is, I think, is a really good outing from them to get them started with that, basically that whole sort of series of coins. Look at that lion, absolutely fantastic. I might actually change my mind and say that this is my favourite of all of these 5 coins, because that is pretty stunning. Let's have a look inside and see what else is here. So again, we've got the same motif here, so you can see the introduction at the top there. Again, if you have 2 of these coins next to each other, you'll get a portrait of the lion, which is very, very cool. It's a very interesting take, I have to say, on having that motif on the back. You know, one thing I've always been very critical of a lot of different coins out there is that they don't necessarily have attractive designs on the other side. They often just have the Queen's head, or they have the country's motif and symbol, and that's it. It looks very boring. This is exciting. This is cool. It's also an incentive to buy more than one of their coins, but hey ho, it is what it is. I like it. I think that's really very attractive indeed. That's the rest of the information about the Lion 2019, and a little bit more information on the lion there as well. And then you can see on this bit, we've got the elephant there instead of the lion, and of course the rhino, leopard and buffalo coming up later in the year as well. So all told, those are really very cool. I was actually not expecting those to be quite as good as I thought they would be, but when you get them really up close to the camera, they actually really shine through, and I like those. So for me, I think the order of preference for these 5 has got to be Lion, Chronos, Elephant, Archangel, Ruble. I'd love to know your order of preference for what you think are the best ones in these out of these 5 coins. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. If you have any of these coins, if you are going to buy them, or if this video has inspired you to go and buy them, it's always nice to hear that down in the comments as well. Otherwise, if you enjoyed today's Rapid Fire in Focus Friday, there is only one thing to do, and that is to hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see some of the other videos we've got coming up in the next couple of weeks, which I have no doubt will be featuring some of these awesome coins. I think next week we might have a look at that kilo, that absolutely stunning kilo kookaburra that we pulled out of the order. We'll soon see though. If you want to catch future videos, hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, the last thing to say is thank you very much to everybody for watching. Have a fantastic weekend, and as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment and subscribe for more.